everyone. Welcome to our online webinar on how Streamline works, presented to you by Tech Masterminds. So for today's meeting, I will be covering a quick introduction to Streamline, its major features for connecting data, examples, its multiple models, including demand planning, inventory planning, supply chain planning, and MRP planning, as well as reports and dashboards. I will also do a quick demo of Streamline itself for you to see what it can offer and the actual features that it would give you when you use it. After this demo, I would highly encourage you to book a personalized Streamline demo session with us to understand Streamline as a product better. How does Streamline work? The first thing you do when you use Streamline is to connect the data. Streamline can pull data from Excel spreadsheets, ERP system, or online inventory systems. Currently, it supports instant connection to 17 different ERP systems or databases. Streamline also provides you with different examples and use cases depending on what type of companies you are. It provides simple inventory planning by month or by week, as well as material requirements and planning. You can also have multi-channel or multi-echelon inventory planning, as well as materials requirements planning. So the first module that you will see in Streamline is the demand planning module. Streamline will generate forecasts immediately after loading historical sales. So on the left here, you'll see a tree view of products, categories, items, locations, and optionally channels. The table here shows the numbers that are associated with selected item on tree view, and these numbers are then plotted here, where it shows the actual sales, the projected inventory, as well as forecasted sales. You can also tweak the forecasting model by using this panel on the right that lets you customize your model. You can also override the numbers forecasted by putting new inputs into these yellow cells. The tree view is an important feature on Streamline that shows you for each item here what could potentially be the number that you lose to overstock or stock out. Overstock is in green and stock out is in red. The second module that I would like to talk about is the inventory planning module. After producing the demand forecasting, Streamline will translate that demand plan into a purchase plan. This module here shows the current inventory levels in yellow columns, current orders to be made, and projected inventory levels. Once again, yellow columns are editable. You can also make replenishment orders via the inventory planning module. Streamline will suggest a purchase plan when you click on the planned orders button here, and then you will see that orders here are split by suppliers and warehouses, and these quantity in yellow can be reviewed and adjusted. You can then export this file into Excel or CSV, or if you're connected to an ERP system on Streamline, you can also directly create purchasing orders. For materials requirement planning, Streamline generates a plan for material requirements based on the demand forecast of finished products and the bill of materials. There are 3 types of SKUs: finished items, intermediate items, and materials. The last 2 modules I would like to talk about are reports and dashboards. So reports show you different types of reports for historical, current, as well as projected data. And these reports are very highly customizable using filters. You can also track your KPIs using the dashboard module that shows month-by-month changes compared to a start date or the previous month. So a bit of overview about what services we provide here at Tech Masterminds. We are the official partner of GMDH Streamline in Australia. We provide training, implementation, integration for GMDH Streamline, as well as custom development and support and maintenance after Streamline is implemented at your company. You can find more details at the link here. We would highly recommend you to book a personalized Streamline demo with us, where you can find a lot more details on how you yourself could use Streamline as a solution to resolve your inventory planning issues, any overstock or stock out problems. The things that will be covered in the demo include Streamline as a solution in a lot more details in the webinar today. We will also address your companies and the needs that you're facing. And from that, we will do a Streamline demo with our principal consultant. If you have any questions regarding Streamline, the demo session will be the perfect place to ask. Here's the booking link for you to book the demo with us. Right, and this is our contact information. With that, I would like to move forward to showing you a more detailed demo of what I just presented to you. Okay. So this is the interface for GMDH Streamline. When you go to start, you see you can open a new project. There's examples and some tutorials as well. So for the examples, I would be using inventory planning by month and materials requirement planning for today. For inventory planning by month, if you click on it, data is already loaded in here. And the first module, as I said, you see is a demand planning module. On the left here is a tree view that we mentioned earlier. You expand it, you'll be able to see all items, the categories, subcategories, and the items themselves. And whenever you click on a category or subcategory or item, you can see the number changes on the table and the plot here, depending on how it is forecasted. And the plot here shows the actual sales based on historical sales, the safety stock band, which is like in red, the area in red, projected inventory, which is the lines in green, the model that's used, which is here, I think is a linear model in blue, as well as forecasted linear trend in red. On this panel on the right, you can see parameters you can change to tweak the model depending on how you like it. Streamline itself has an automatic selection option that kind of detects what type model that fits your data the most. You can also look at the linear trend for the model itself. You can also look at inventory levels and different parameters here, as well as the KPIs. Okay, so that's the demand planning module. Going to the inventory module now, which is the snapshot of your inventory currently. So here you can see the current numbers for your inventory in yellow. All of these cells here are editable. And you can also see the current orders to be made, as well as its delivery dates and next order dates. And you can also see the projected inventory levels, as well as stock outs and potential stock out and overstocks. So Streamline also allows you to make purchasing orders via this tab here, planned orders. You click on it, you'll be able to see a recommended purchase plan with divided by suppliers or warehouses, depending on your data source. You'll recommend a certain quantity here, but you can edit this to your likings. You can also see when the delivery date as well as when you should order it. And there are some certain parameters you can adjust here. And after that, you can export it to an Excel file or a CSV file. Or if you're connected to an ERP system, you can export it into purchasing orders directly in your ERP system. Okay, the last two modules I would like to talk about are reports and dashboards. So reports here shows different type of reports for projected historical or current data. So the first one you would see when you go into reports is the demand forecast, which is based on the demand planning module. As you can see the number in details here. You can also compare planned versus actual sales and see how well you're performing in the past. You can also run your KPIs and see how well you're performing generally in terms of your sales, your inventory levels, your profits, revenue, your turnover rates. It really depends on what you're looking for. And then all of these KPIs are translated into dashboards, which shows the different KPIs in this more user-friendly type. You can see for this example is monthly planning. So each bar here represents 1 month. You can see the changes depending on the month compared to start date. You can also make it compared to the previous month, and it will show accordingly. So that's all the main features of Streamline. I would also like to quickly go through the materials requirements planning example. So here the data is slightly different. So in the demand planning module, you can once again see the tree view, and the products here are divided into finished and materials. As we said before, the 3 types: finished materials and intermediate items. And for the forecast is still the same. Inventory planning would still be the same structure. The only thing you can do with this is that you can go to item to bill materials, entire bill, and you'll be able to see the hierarchy of these items as well as the numbers of items on hand for you, as well as any other constraints that you have on these items. This is a finished product, and this is the each of these are materials. You can export this file into your Excel file, and this would be your bill of materials. Okay, that's all of the examples I would like to go through in a little bit more details compared to earlier. However, I would say that it would help you the most if you book a personalized demo session with us, because then we would be able to go in a lot more details on what features, because there are many more features on Streamline, and we'd be able to go into more details into what features that actually fit your companies and its needs and its operations, what problem it's facing. All of that will be shown in a lot more detail. Once again, here's a link to book a demo that I put in the slide again here. Please reach out to us if you have any questions or if you want to book a demo, and we'll be able to help you with that. Thank you so much for listening to me, and I really hope to see you again at the demo session.